Hello everyone and welcome back to the CO2 Rundown. I'm your host, Chad Owens. Happy Monday. I hope you all had an amazing weekend. Happy Kuhio Day. For those that are having a day off today, look, I hope you're enjoying it. It's a three-day weekend for you. So soak it in. Go to the beach, sun's out, enjoy yourself. Before we get into the show, I want to give a huge mahalo to Long's Drugs for all of their support. Let's continue to support local and making Long's Drugs a part of our days. Let's dive on in to the CO2 Rundown. Major League Baseball is about to kick off, and Sarif Golson has an article in today's Honolulu Star-Advertiser that you guys need to go and check out because he's talking about the Hawaii players that are in the majors. Some have been there for a while. Kolten Wong is like leading the charge there. He is that veteran guy. Now, I'm not going to say old guy because he's still young, but he's been there for a while leading the way. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, who's with the Yankees. And so the interesting part about what I'm going to talk about is how Kolten Wong is now at the Seattle Mariners. And they signed his younger brother, Kian Wong, who's currently at the AAA, and who knows, hopefully he gets the call up. But how amazing would that be for the Wong family to have both their sons on the same team playing with each other? It would be a blessing to see both of them in the lineup together. Woo! That's a dream come true. It's already a dream come true for them, right? Making it to the major leagues, reaching their ultimate goal that they've set out since they were kids. But being able to do it together on the same team, that would be extremely special. So make sure you guys take some time, go check out this article again by Sarif Golson. It's Major League Baseball season is back, and go take a look at all the Hawaii talent, all of our boys that's out there representing the Aina. Dave Reardon has an article in today's Honolulu Star-Advertiser highlighting our very own Marcus Mariota, who, as we all know, signed with the NFC champions Philadelphia Eagles. And Dave's saying this is a perfect setup. Marcus's skill set, and I agree on this, is the perfect match for the Philadelphia Eagles offense, the team, and where that organization is right now. You know, if you look at Jalen Hurts and his skill set, he has the ability to run, but he doesn't always run. He's not a run-first quarterback. Their running game, right, is outstanding. Their defense is great. They've got playmakers on the perimeters. So what's asked of that quarterback in that system and on that team right now is not to be a running athletic quarterback, but what that skill set does allow is when things do break down and you gotta, buy some extra time, having that skill set with the legs works extremely well in that offense. So I truly believe Marcus is in a great spot, and being a backup quarterback isn't a bad gig. Listen, you're still getting paid, and he's got bonuses, right? In his contract, if he was to end up playing due to injury, we never want anyone to get hurt, but if he gets in there and plays similar to the Jimmy Garoppolo situation last year in San Francisco, low contract, but incentive-wise could make all this money, right? It's the same with Marcus. But he's going to bring leadership, experience, and Jalen Hurts, although he had an MVP-type season, is still a young quarterback in the NFL. He's having early success, right? Was at the Super Bowl, a few plays away from winning it. They're right there, and adding a veteran, quality human being, a great leader in Marcus Mariota in that room, I think is going to elevate Jalen Hurts that much more. And that's what Marcus is talking about. He says he's just going to be there to help and guide and bring experience and bring perspective. And so with that, I think Marcus is in a perfect situation for himself, and as well as the Eagles landed, a quality player, person, and everything that you need in a quarterback. NCAA basketball, the Final Four in the men's division. Look, this is the first time since 1970 that 3 out of the Final Four is making their first appearance, right? San Diego State, Florida Atlantic, and Miami. UConn, the 4th team we know. They've been there. They've done that. they've been national champions, right? But for these other three, they're saying they're going to have to be walking around with name tags for those to recognize them. But they believed from the beginning, right? These underdogs believed that they could be there. And we've got 3 first-timers. That's amazing. So this year is really anybody's ball game. It hasn't really been blowouts. Right? It's been close. There's been upsets. We've talked about that. And it's whoever shows up. Hey, one more game, one more win, and you are in the big dance. We've got this article in today's Honolulu Star-Advertiser. So for a deeper dive, please go take a look at the Final Four. All right, today is a special day because I haven't brought my guy Stephen Tsai, the sports guru, on in a minute. So we're going to have a chat about our UH baseball team and talking about Coach Rich Hill and a decision he made that he felt was from the gut. Check it out. All right, I got my guy Stephen Tsai, the sports guru, here with me. Man, it's been at least a month, maybe longer since I've had you on the show, man. Where you been?
Well, things have changed. I got cataract surgery. I can see perfectly for the first time in my life without glasses, so it's a little bit different. The world's a lot brighter. It's like that Clarendon commercial where all of a sudden it just lights up and everything's brighter. Yeah.
Wow. So you what, LASIK? So you got LASIK?
Well, yeah. So it's like cataract. So, you know, like with like your car when you have with your headlight, and it's got a little dirt or whatever on it.
Fog, little foggy. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm unsmudged.
Wow. I love it. Well, hey,
it's different.
Hopefully, I still look the same.
Except for one thing, I look in the mirror. The only thing is, I look in the mirror and I go, "Who's that old man in there now?"
No, hey, you're looking amazing, and congratulations on that. I know it must be a huge, relief to have that clarity.
Yes, it is. Except when we were kids, my mom never used to spank us or anything. She used to freak us out by flipping her eyelid. And and then when they said they're gonna like flip my eyelid to do this, I was a little like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Hey, whatever works. Yeah. Hey,
so how's it going?
Hey, it's going amazing. I just want to talk to you today about your article you have in today's Honolulu Star-Advertiser, our UH baseball team, and
yeah.
I don't want to say you're calling it a Coach Rich Hill said he went with his gut, right?
Yes.
And sometimes, and we talked a little bit before the interview on how coaches, and I've experienced this personally, Stephen, where coaches actually like took away my confidence. I'm talking about in the NFL, like as an athlete, your confidence is everything. That's what allows you to go out and play at your very best. And sometimes you get into slumps, right? And players get into slumps. And kudos to Coach Rich Hill for allowing this athlete, which I'm going to let you talk about, a chance to just get back out there and get back in the groove in which he has been. So I want you to expand on that.
Yeah, so there's a guy, I'm Sean Rimmer. He had 18 homers last year in junior college, did really well, but he just had trouble at this level. I mean, pitchers are a little bit different. Pitchers are, just a little more mature and everything. And he struggled. And he, in his first 13 at-bats, he struck out 7 times. It was just like, wow. And it looked like things were just, he's going to need more time, more practice. But the Rich Hill just decided, he looked at the guy, he looked at his track record. He just thought the matchups looked just maybe favorable. And Hawaii had already won 2 games of the series. So they already clinched the series. And he said to himself, I'm going to give this guy a shot. Because, you can practice, you can do everything you want. But sometimes in the game, sometimes you have to go with your gut feeling that this is the time you're going to hit it. And he did. And Sean Rimmer struck out his first bat. But then after that, he homered and hit a double off the wall. So, I mean, the guy just showed everything that he had worked for and why they recruited him. He got his confidence back. And I think moving forward, it just makes Hawaii a better team. It all starts with sometimes, as sometimes you just have someone has to have a little confidence in you.
Yeah, and it's everything, like I talked about. But coaches have more power than I think a lot of them think. This happened to me at the pro level, Stephen. Coach telling you that, we can't trust you, or the slightest thing that makes them feel like you're not good enough, or man, I got to question everything I've done up until this point. It's not good for the athlete. So again, I just commend Coach Rich Hill for, giving him that shot to just emerge and play through the slump. Because we all know batters, even at the major league level, go through
Mhm.
slumps. But
Right.
you got to work it out. You got to find your groove. And once, the skill set isn't the thing, right? He's proved that he has the skill to get it done. It's just a matter of getting it back, getting the timing. Like you said, come from the JUCO level to the D1 level, there was a transition phase. And now,
Sure.
hopefully moving forward, he's got his timing, he's got his confidence, and we will be a better baseball team.
And now Hawaii's got this pitcher, Ty Atkins, who's really good last year, left-handed pitcher. This year he's been kind of struggling. He's been struggling a lot. And then Rich Hill said, you know what? We're going to go back to basics. We're just going to work on for short throws, long throws, just keep getting better, and just let him work it out in some bullpen sessions and just get him better. And the thing with a difference with Ty and the Sean Rumor is that Ty's done this before. It's just not really doing it this year as much. But then Rich said, we're going to go back. We're going to work on him. And he's going to be better than he was. And this is going to be one of those stories you're going to tell your grandkids, like, yeah, I struggled. I was bad, but now I got over it. You got over the hump. And that's part of, again, the psychology and the motivation of coaching, right? These are your guys, and they're here for a reason. You've seen them. You've had long examples of how good they can be. And you just have to ride it out and just have trust and confidence, because sports is, as well, that it's a very fragile game. It's not just the physical part, it's the mental part, and you have to be right all the time. And it starts with who believes in you. And if your coaches believe in you, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, and to add to that, Stephen, right, at the college level, the chances of these guys going pro are slim, right? They're small percentages. Right. So as a coach at the high school level, college level, even at the pro level to some degree, you're trying to mold these guys to be successful people. Yeah. Young men. And you don't want no one to, when they face adversity, to not know how to, go about it, to go into the shell, or to, depression. If you allow someone to work through their struggles and help them and assist them and continue to build their confidence and find ways that work for them, because it's not cookie cutter. Every athlete is different. Every athlete needs to be coached a little bit different. And once you find out the recipe for each athlete, now you can help them be successful. Right? Mentally, yeah, we want to win. We want to win games. You want them to be the best player. But at the end of the day, we want them to also become mentally sharp and strong, so that when the game is done, they're able to move forward in life and understand, hey, Coach Hill, I remember how you helped me get through that low time in my career, and I battled through that and I got out of it. Now in life, I go through things all the time. I'm not worried about it, because I have the confidence that I'm going to get better after this adversity, right?
Right. And, and I like that stuff, kind of like how you were trained, and also I like how you train others when you say, I can't train Chad Owens the way I'm going to train, an offensive lineman or something. Everyone's different. Physically, they're different. Mentally, they're different. Backgrounds are differently. Everyone is different. And it's a good coach. It's a good trainer who can recognize this, that, not every person fits, one style. And once you can do that, that makes you unique. And I think once people can do that, then, they can find themselves, then they can expand and do other things. But it's got to start with the basics, like, who am I first, and how can I help myself first before I get on to helping other things?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I'm pretty sure Coach Hill himself has been through, adversities. He's been there as a player. He's experienced it maybe as an assistant coach. Maybe he saw another coach do it this way. We learn a lot in sport, right, Stephen? As athletes, we learn a lot, and there's so much parallels in sport and life that we can take and pass on. And, that's what makes all the great coaches. They have the ability to soak up all of the knowledge, the goods, the bads, the uglies, everything, because it's all an experience. And then you take that and you process, and then now you know how to deliver and react in certain situations. So I think that's huge. And I think that goes to like Coach Hill's past, his coaches he worked with and played for, and even other players that he's coached. So that's what I love about sports, Stephen.
I'm not sure if you know about his background, but he played at San Diego State. And back in those days, and even now, you can only travel with 27 players. You could have a big roster, but only 27 can travel. He said he was the 28th person, always. So, I mean, he's the one who's fighting for a spot to be in the travel roster, being that part of it. But he made the most of it. He says, if I can't travel or can't do these, I'm going to learn. I'm going to learn about the sport. that's what makes him a great coach today, is because
Yep.
he's learned that sometimes you have to find your role on the team. You know, sometimes you're a starter, sometimes you're a scout guy, but you got to find your role, and not just on the team, but in life. You know, find out who you are. You know, maybe you're not going to be a doctor, but there are other ways you can help people. They're just got to find what's best for you. And I think there's something for everybody out there. I think there are many things for everybody out there, but you know, just got to find what works for you. And that's what he did.
Yep, absolutely, Stephen. I can't agree. Hey, man, this is turning into like a little motivational series for people, Stephen.
Well, people are motivated by what
doing,
you do and what you continue.
We're doing
So
podcasting
I think
now.
that's really important.
Yeah, man. No, absolutely. And with that, you know, I want to say thank you, Stephen, for joining me here today. You know, let's continue to root for our Rainbow Warrior baseball team and everyone. I mean, there's a lot going on right now on campus, right? I mean, there's a lot to celebrate. Sports, I think, is at an all-time high in focus. We've got changes going on. TC Ching is being renovated. The track is being moved. You know, our men's volleyball team is going after another national championship. Like, there's a lot going on, you know, at Manoa right now. A lot of positive things, a lot of great things, a lot of things that everyone wants to be a part of, right? So,
sounds great. I think we'll just see how it's progressing and see how the rest of the spring goes and summer. And before you know, we're back in football time again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, all right, Stephen. Look, man, thank you.
Take care.
Hey, congratulations again on you know, clearing the
clarity.
vision.
The clarity. Yeah.
Hey, man. Hey, I love it. Okay.
Take care.
Aloha.
Have a great one.
And that is it for today's show. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in with me here today on the CO2 Rundown. Huge mahalo once again to Long's Drugs for all of their support. Let's continue to support local and making Long's Drugs a part of our days. I will see you all come Wednesday. Oh, last thing, right? Monday. I hope you're coming out the gate fast. Foot on that pedal. Set yourself up for another winning week. Aloha.